Greetings in the name of Ngayame and Yasantiwa. All that is good and great, all that is blessed and beautiful, all that is creative and conscious, and all that is positive and possible. May the warm sun rays greet you each every morning, and may your day always be full of joy. Hotep, I am Adiso Ayobankole, your host to Mind Vibes, Thoughts from a Curious Mind, a bi-monthly podcast series exploring and examining social phenomena then and now. Now, I want to touch on something that me and my queen were dealing with a few weeks ago when we heard the version of Harold and Oates, their song, She's Gone. And then we heard Tavares do it. And it was just something magical. There's something powerful. So I want to deal with this in this episode of Mind Vibe. And I entitled it, The Power of Soul. The energy of black people bringing life and heart to whatever they touch. Now, before we begin, hit that like button, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Now, let's deal with the power of soul. The energy of black people bringing life and heart to whatever they touch. Quote unquote, we gotta have it. Soul power. I want to get under your skin. If I get there, I got to win. You need some soul. Come on, get some. And then you'll know where I'm coming from. James Brown, soul power. Now, listening to the incredible and the beautiful, talented, powerful voice, Gladys Knight's in the Pips rendition of Midnight Train to Georgia, originally written and performed by Jim Weatherly. The Fifth Dimensions redoing Aquarius, Jimi Hendrix redoing Bob Dylan's All Along the Watchtower, in which Bob Dylan said he didn't want to play it anymore after Jimi Hendrix did. Last Train to Clarksville, originally done by the Monkees, resung with the powerful voice of Cassandra Wilson. Or the two songs that Richie Havens covers, Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles and Follow by Jerry Merrick, are, I must admit, songs that would have otherwise been so-so sung by the originators and whites. I ain't saying anything, but I think they would have been flat. But giving the power, the soul of these beautiful, talented, and spirited black performers and musicians, take these covers of those songs to a whole other level. In fact, I would argue that they not only improve on them, they make those songs their own, thereby giving depth and meaning to them. Oh yes, I mean when you listen to some of these renditions, by black artists, oh man, hey, just like I was saying about Tavares, it takes you out. Now Dionne Warwick was most famous at giving soul to Burt Bacharach's lyrics, as well as many of the other black artists who sang other people's songs. Now, like I said in the beginning, my queen and I was listening to Hall and Oates' version of their hit song, She's Gone. I gotta learn how to face it. But they were little soul. They were little white boy soul. They had a little going on. But in the hands of the group Tavares, oh boy, they just take this song out especially with their harmony. The same way that the Isley Brothers do when they redo songs like Lay, Lady, Lay by Bob Dylan or Summer Breeze Makes Me Feel Fine by Seals and Crofts. It's that soul, that flavor that blacks tend to give to whatever they touch. Now, I don't want Maulana Karanga to get on me, but, so I'm trying not to be culturally arrogant. It's just somehow what blacks do, how they do it, and the power they put behind it. Now, golf is not a sport that I can get behind. Neither is tennis. My queen likes tennis. However, when Tiger Woods busted on the scene with golf, and Venus and Serena Williams took control of tennis, like Althea Gibson and Arthur Ashe did in the 70s, along with Flo Jo with the track, and those sisters who outperformed their counterparts at the Olympics, especially Simone Biles. Oh, man. Simone, she did her thing, man. She did her thing. I go say I can't touch that, right? But what they did in the Summer Olympics, they just naturally took the games to a whole new level. And I ain't even going to get into football and basketball. Those are beasts unto themselves. Now I want to step back here because I want to deal with this, because Malefi Asante and Naeem Akbar and Maulana Karanga, Marimba Ani, they talk about the culture that is who we are as African people. So in the film Cool Running, where a white bobsledder recruits a group of Jamaican athletes to be part of a bobsled team for the Olympics, Sanka, who's out of Jamaica, one of the bobsledders, is schooling his buddy Doris, who's also from Jamaica, on the importance of who they are as Jamaicans, reminding Doris that they are not Swiss. And although bobsledding is the Swiss game, and those who come out from those snow regions, him and Sanka, and him and Doris, they are Jamaicans, and they cannot move to anyone else's rhythm. To do so, they would lose their souls, and their soul is reggae, and reggae is at the heart of Jamaica. And so this is something, again, what Sanka is trying to deal with is the same thing, again, like Malefi and them are dealing with, Kobe Caban and all of them, dealing with the fact that, you are African. This is your culture. The rhythm is somehow natural to you. There are just things that you do that stand out, among all other human beings. And every human being and every culture has their unique cultural expression, as Maulana Karanga says. But there's something unique about Black Americans or African or Jamaican singers or Trinidadian singers. There's something, or in any field that they do, there's something that happens when with whatever they touch. There is a spirit that they bring from the cultural depth of Africa to the hip-hop genre of America. There is something to be said about how and why they do it, even with many renditions by reggae artists of songs written by white artists, such as Busty Springfield's Breakfast in Bed, redone by Lorna Bennett. Oh, you hear her, what she doing. Or Barbara Jones' reggae version of Angel of the Morning. Oh, she just, I mean, you really got to hear that voice. Now, Evie Sands, who was the original singer of Angel of the Morning, she's got a very nice voice. But with Barbara Jones and that reggae version, oh, she just does something with it. There is just something that happens when black artists or with others in any other field comes on the scene. Call it soul or just plain vibrations. They just have a habit of taking whatever they do to another plane. Now again, in this other film, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Sidney Poitier and I can't think of the Spencer, his name. He's playing, Sidney Poitier is playing Dr. Prentice, and Spencer is playing Mark Drayton. And Dr. Prentice is explaining to Mark Drayton that although whites can dance the Watusi, we are the Watusi. Dr. Prentice was dealing with the idea that although the rhythms and movements can be imitated, it's very hard to imitate the power of soul. Though there are many whites and others who have done well with playing and sounding soulful. You know, the Righteous Brothers with I'm Losing You, Hall and Oates, who's that guy? Tina Marie with James, who does this song. Now I can't think of what the song is he does, but Rick James, Tina Marie and Rick James. Tina Marie, oh man, you hear her voice. That is soul. That is that power. She can do it. But I don't think she does it the way somebody like Gladys Knight or even Diana Ross can do it. Like I said, there are many whites and others who have done well with playing and sounding soulful. But again, there is something that resonates with blacks when expressing our spirit, whether through music, writing, or or sports, or being an actor, or just doing certain ordinary things. That somehow or another we breathe a certain vibration into what we do. Just hearing Gladys, Coltrane, Roberta Flack, Hendrix, Temptations, Diana Ross, or countless others, or seeing the likes of Bolton, Gabby, Johnson, or Muhammad doing their thing in the sports arena is something to behold and be proud of. Just the fact that, oh boy, just the fact that they work their spirit to create and or excel in whatever endeavors they choose is monumental, but wonderfully enjoyable to hear and to see. I mean, there's something to be said when James Brown says, you know, soul power. There's something to be said about it. It's you know, it's almost like the brother who did "Step in the Name of Love," Art Kelly, when he's doing he talks before he's singing the song, and he said, no. You got to see. It's a whole different way of doing things. You know, it's not just a dance. It's a whole culture. You know, he's dealing with the vibrations. You know, whenever you see people like Mongo Santeria or Tito Puente, and you see those salsa dancers, I mean, twisting and turning and flipping and carrying on. I mean, it's a culture. It's just a way of life. And it is that efficacy, that soulfulness, that power of the soul that helps us to live. It helps us to sustain our sanity. But by doing that, it also brings to the table of humanity our resources, our creativity, our imagination to help to humanize society. This is what we do. This is who we are. And to deny that is to deny the growth and the development of the human species as a human family. And when we bring ourselves, just like we did with the hippie movement and other things, when we bring ourselves, we give it life. We give it breath. Now, that may be culturally arrogant, but that's just real. That's what happens. Right? So, this is Adisa Olabayo Bankole. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, leave a comment. And until next time, this is Adisa Olabayo Bankole saying, may we all strive to bend the arc of justice towards humanity and believe that peace and love can be achieved. Santi Sana.